Hey guys, it's Timothy 2009, and welcome back to another custom truck showcase. I'm so excited for this one because it features some new characters as well as some upgraded trucks that I've modified. We've got quite a massive collection of good trucks here. One of my favorites are Scaredy and his long lost family. I also like Harry and a couple other trucks like Slimy. You name it, I have it. There's Dakota. But now let's look at the trucks. So, first modified truck we have is Chester the Purple Tanker. So when I showed you Chester a couple videos ago, he was dark purple, which wasn't correct. So I decided to make him the same shade of purple as Tex is. So Chester looks a little bit better. I don't plan to make another black Chester because I want to keep him purple. I also saw that Kelvin Rogers has a purple Chester, so that's nice. I was so happy that he made it. It will be nice when he makes Tara soon. He has Jamie and Scaredy already. Anyways, next we have Taylor, the truck who was grumpy about his name. But now he's happy thanks to Dakota and Reese explaining. So, the difference between Taylor is that I made Taylor a little smaller because he was too big. And I have to say, he looks better, and he does look good with Boxer and Lena. Boxer still doesn't have a hat with headphones, but I will make it soon. These two trucks are none other than Wallace and Wally. These two were some of the 5 main trucks from the Tale of Trucks movie. So the only difference between them is that I am cut off the caramel that was red with a Dremel tool and made the tarp. I also gave them new faces. Wally has got a scared face, and that's good. Now let's move on to the new trucks. There's about 16 new trucks, so we'll have to make this quick. Alright, so first we have Kaya. Now Kaya has to be one of my favorites. Although this is not made by Popular Paxton, this is actually a character from Thomas's number 1. And I have to say I like that face. And she looks just like Fang. And I've got an idea. If Kelvin Rogers makes Fang, I think he should do an episode where like Kaya should be Fang's girlfriend. Just saying. Because Kaya does look like Fang, because her eyes are squinted, and she's got vampire teeth, which are Fang's. Now here's one of Knapford Fan 23's characters, and another one of Eduardo's friends. I've got Eduardo, Shorty, Bernie, Cricket, Lizzie, and now I've got Messi here. So Messi was from another tanker. It's made from the fuel car, only this has nothing written on the bottom. Can't tell what year this was made from. But Kaya didn't have nothing on the bottom, so I painted her name. So Messi's like a yellow tanker, which is a paint tanker covered in red, green, and blue paint. And she was from Train Heaven that Harry saved, along with Cricket and Lizzie. And at one point she did have a crush on Scaredy. But in the end, Messi told Scaredy that he has to be with Slimy because Slimy's had a good eye on him and he's been his girlfriend ever since. Anyways, now onto these two. So these trucks are named Paul and Simon. Let's look at Paul first. Okay, so Paul looks like Wallace, if I bring him here. Yeah, they have a striking resemblance to each other. The only difference is that Paul has a white tarp while Wallace has a red tarp. And these two trucks were from the episode Simon Says. It's an episode where we introduce Paul and Simon. And Simon actually sees a meeting with the villains where they plan to put exploding wheels in the steamworks. But Simon and Paul were able to help Perry and his friends stop the bad trucks from doing that. That's good. Now on to Simon here. He is a combination of Wally and Bouncer. because he's Wally's shape and he's Bouncer's color, and he has white stripes like Bouncer. Now, this wasn't his actual face. Popular Paxton took some giggling, troublesome trucks, and this one had a scared face, only he took a Blue Mountain Quarry truck and swapped the faces, so this is his face. Only I drew the face, but he's made from rickety because I feel like it's kind of expensive when you buy a giggling truck, because it's rare and hard to find. I mean, the CGI version, to be exact. And I do believe Kelvin Rogers does have Simon, he just hasn't got a face yet. Now on to another one of Scaredy's friends in Train Heaven, who was able to get out. And this is, you guessed it, Reese. I think it was Spider Oliver 11 who suggested Reese. And let me explain about him. So he's like a cranberry car from the Day Out with Thomas that Popular Paxton bought on eBay. But this is actually made from Scruffy, and I made the face out of paper. So that's kind of neat. Now about Reese's face, Reese resembles the face of SpongeBob because Reese has got blue eyes, freckles, buck teeth, and a round nose. So now I've got Dakota and Reese back together. So that's kind of nice. Now on to this next one. It is a winter caboose who faces backwards, and his name is Frost. So Kelvin Rogers has made Frost, and he printed out the Shapeways faces, and I think that was kind of smart of Kelvin Rogers. That's a smart move, because it would cost a lot of money to get Shapeways faces. I made the faces out of paper, but Kelvin Rogers says he might get some Shapeways faces. But for now, they're going to have paper faces for him. But I'm going to keep my paper faces on the Shapeways truck models. Kind of like what I'm doing to Tex and Father Torture over here. Now, here's another international truck. These trucks are not in an official gang, but they like to hang out sometimes. They're all good trucks. And this one is a gold truck. Her name is Selena, but she does have golden hair, which looks like Rapunzel. So that's kind of interesting. She's black with white stripes. And it's made from the gold car, like I said. Although I do plan to get another 2 more of these to make the other gold truck, as well as Morgan. I have got a comment to make Morgan. And here is another one of my favorite trucks. This is Tina, one of the good furnace trucks. She's also one of Scaredy's friends, and is a part of Scaredy's gang. So, I made Tina using the Thomas Wood gumdrop car, because it would have been kind of hard to find the Royal Crest cargo car. Has the stripes, which I drew on. And I'm digging that face. I love that face. That's a pretty cute face. And now I've got all of the good furnace trucks. Sorry about that. Now onto these two. So these 2 trucks are none other than Elvis and Richie, the African trucks. Let's look at Elvis first. So, if you're wondering what tanker I used to make Elvis, I made him out of fungus. So, I took fungus, just painted him purple, and gave him Elvis' face. Now, if you're sad about me destroying fungus, don't be sad, because I've actually got a new tanker that's been accepted. I just have to wait for it in the mail. And when I get that tanker, I'll paint it into fungus. So Kelvin Rogers actually took a couple trucks to turn them into other characters. But he says he's going to get new ones to replace them. And I have to say, I think he did a good job making a new model of Nicholas. And I'm happy he's done a new Nicholas. I hope he makes Archie as well as the truck ninjas next. But we'll have to see. It's only a matter of time. But anyways, on to Elvis and Richie. These 2 were from Train Heaven. And they were some trucks who got tricked by Scamly into finding a magical Train Heaven creature, which was Tiffany. It was too late, and Scaredy and his friends had to fight the evil Tiffany, as well as Elvis and Richie. And surprisingly, they defeated Scamly, and Elvis and Richie have been able to come good, and they got out of Train Heaven. So, big applause for them. So, Elvis has nothing written on him because in the Big World, Big Adventures movie, the African tankers had nothing written on them. They were just purple. And he's got a round nose. That face isn't too bad. I mean, it's not the worst. But anyways, we're at the 10-minute mark. So let's look at Richie next. So Richie is like a gray boxcar. He kind of looks like Nicholas and Archie. And that face looks good. And these were made from Clarabelle and Annie. I haven't made Annie into something else, and you're about to find out. We're at 10 and 32 minutes and seconds. So let's hurry this up. We've got 6 more trucks. Now this one is actually not Popular Pack Scenes, but Kelvin Rogers' original characters. So this pink box car has rose pink, although this is a pure pink gloss paint that I chose. And this face has like purple eyes, a round nose, and a ponytail on the side. But to me, it looks like a bang, only it's not covering up her eye like Tar. It says Annie on the bottom. But this truck's name is Ashlyn. Kelvin Rogers has got a friend in school named Ashlyn, so that's why he named her Ashlyn. And I have to say, this is the first time that we ever saw a female character become a leader. That's awesome. And I've got her second in command completed too. So this is Blacker, the small tinker who faces backwards, like Frost and Nicholas and Tex and Clark. So about Blacker, I did not have like a small tinker with the silver wheels, so I had to make this out of cardstock paper, and the chassis came from an Emily's tender. It was one I bought on eBay, and it had no Emily with it. So that's all I can say for Blacker. His face looks good. And here's another one of Kelvin Rogers' characters, and one of my favorites. This is Violet, the blue oil tanker. We have never seen an oil tanker be painted blue before, so that's kind of cool. Made from the squid car lineup. Although I did see a 2-pack with a coal car and a oil tanker that I could have just painted blue and made violet. But now that I've got Slimy, Michaela, and Violet, I don't know if I should buy that thing, that 2-pack, but we'll see. I may end up doing it, but I saw it on Amazon, and it was $18, which was a good deal. I plan to turn the coal car into Kyle, but I'm not sure what to do with the oil tanker. I might just paint it into violet and maybe make Violet's original color here, but I don't know yet. Maybe you guys can decide for me. And here is Bobby, who is the last good furnace truck. So Bobby is a new friend to the furnace trucks. He's blue just like Harry, and he kind of looks like Gideon, the black furnace truck. He has white stripes like Gideon, only he's blue, and he's got an open mouth. About Bobby's character, he makes his opinion on Eddie Wayne that it is dumb and cheesy. That's all I can say for Bobby. We're at 13 minutes. This is a bad truck whose name is Wildfire. Now, the only thing I had to do was take a Thomas chassis, cut off the wheel, glue it with Gorilla Glue to a circus train, and make the body out of paper. And now I've got Wildfire. He sometimes argues with Fungus because he should be the leader. I told you that in another video. And last but not least is Komodo, the recycling car. Now this was too simple to make. The only thing I had to do was give him the face. He looks like Arnold and he's green. He doesn't carry anything. And that's all I have to say. And that about wraps up this video. Let me guys know what you guys think about these new trucks in the comments below. And before I go,